Hello, good morning. Our headlines today. A butcher who needs to go. President Biden issues a warning to Vladimir Putin.
For God's sake, this man cannot remain in power.
But the White House insists he isn't calling for regime change.
Powerful explosions rock the western Ukrainian city of Lviv. The mayor says the Russian airstrikes were a message to the American president.
Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins had traces of 10 different drugs in his system when he died. That's according to officials in Colombia.
Let's get some of the day's other news now. A European diplomat chairing talks to revive the 2015 nuclear deal with Iran is to arrive in Tehran as optimism grows that an agreement may be within sight. The EU's foreign policy chief Josep Borrell said on Saturday a new accord could be achieved within days. Discussions in Tehran will focus on closing the remaining gaps between the parties. Chinese officials have confirmed that all 132 passengers and crew were killed when a Boeing 737 crashed on Monday. It was en route from Kunming to Guangzhou when it broke apart and crashed into a mountain forest. The flight data recorder from the China Eastern Airlines plane has not yet been recovered. And the Danish footballer Christian Eriksen scored with his first touch on his return to international football 9 months after suffering a heart attack on the pitch at the Euro 2020 tournament. Eriksen now plays with a device fitted to regulate his heart. He scored after coming on as a substitute in a friendly match against the Netherlands.
Let's have a look at some of the front pages this morning. Sunday papers are out, of course, several of them focusing on President Biden's comment that Vladimir Putin can't remain in power. The Observer describes his remark as a drastic shift in US policy, although, as we've said, the White House overnight has later said that it wasn't calling for regime change.
Let's have a look at the Sunday Telegraph. They're doing a feature with an interview they've done with the Foreign Secretary Liz Truss, in which she outlines how sanctions against Russia could potentially be lifted if forces agreed to a full ceasefire and withdraw from Ukraine.
The Sunday Times focuses on the findings of a 5-year investigation into maternity services at the Shrewsbury and Telford NHS Trust. The paper says that an inquiry will report this week that 300 babies died or were left brain damaged because of a fixation on natural births. We'll talk about that later in the programme.
Yeah, we've got Michael Buchanan a little bit later on that. And this is a Sunday Express, a warning to the government: solve the cost of living crisis or you will lose the election. The paper says its readers don't believe that the Chancellor did enough to help them this week with the spring statement.